The New York Knicks are 2 wins from a championship, and Jalen Brunson is their best-known player, their captain, the guy on the magazine covers. So here's a take that's going to annoy a lot of people. Even if the Knicks finish this off and win the title, Jalen Brunson is not going to win Finals MVP. And the reason isn't a hot take, it's the math. Let me show you. Let's be clear about what this is and isn't. This is not a video about Brunson being bad. He's a fantastic player and a deserved All-NBA guard. This is a video about a very specific award, Finals MVP, and the very specific things voters reward when they hand it out. And through 2 games, those things are pointing at somebody else in a Knicks jersey. This is Game is Culture. Real quick before we dig in, if you like breakdowns that actually show the math instead of just yelling takes at you, go hit subscribe. It's free and it genuinely helps, so click it. First, what Finals MVP actually rewards? Finals MVP almost never goes to whoever scores the most raw points. It goes to the best, most efficient, two-way force on the championship team. The guy who is the engine of winning, not just the engine of shot attempts. Voters look at impact, at efficiency, at the eye test of who is most responsible for the team being up. Hold on to that idea because it's the whole video. Now let's look honestly at Brunson's finals. Here's the line, about 25 points a game, which sounds like an MVP, but look underneath it. He's shooting 33.9% from the field and 23% from 3 across the 2 games. That's a lot of points generated by a lot of misses. The scoring is loud, the efficiency is the problem. And this is what 25 points a game on bad efficiency actually looks like. This is every shot Brunson has taken in the finals. 56 attempts, and only 19 of them went in. Watch the misses pile up, especially from deep, where he is 4 for 17. A Finals MVP shot chart does not look like this. This is a volume scorer forcing the issue, not a closer carving a defense apart. Put the efficiency on one dial. True shooting percentage folds 2s, 3s, and free throws into one number, and a Finals MVP usually lives up near the high 50s or 60s. Brunson is sitting at about 42. For a primary scorer on the biggest stage, that is a number that quietly disqualifies you from this award, no matter how many points you pile up. Now you could say, who cares about efficiency? The team is winning, and that's exactly the right question, because if Brunson were the reason they're winning, the inefficiency wouldn't matter. The award would still be his. So let's check that. Let's see who is actually driving these 2 New York wins. Meet the actual Finals MVP frontrunner. Karl Anthony Towns, 19.5 points, 12.5 rebounds on 56% shooting from the field, a double-double in both games. He doesn't have Brunson's point total, but every other number is better, and they're coming on far fewer, far smarter shots. This is the efficient, two-way anchor that Finals MVP voters fall in love with. Stack the shooting side by side and it isn't close. Brunson is at 33.9% from the field. Towns is at 56. On true shooting, the gap is even uglier. Brunson around 42, Towns up near 66. One of these guys is scoring the hard way, the other is scoring the right way. And here's the cost of that gap in shots. Brunson is firing 28 times a game to get his 25 points. Towns is scoring nearly 20 on about 13 or 14 attempts a night. So Brunson is using almost double the shot diet to score 6 more points on a third of the accuracy. Every one of those extra misses is a possession that doesn't become a Towns touch, a Robinson putback, or an open 3 for the bench. The volume isn't just inefficient, it's actively taxing the offense that's winning these games. Here's the tail of the tape, and notice what Brunson actually wins. Points per game, yes, 25 to 19.5. That's the one box he leads. Field goal percentage, true shooting, series plus minus, double doubles. Towns takes every single one of them. When the only category your star leads is raw shot volume, that's not an MVP profile. That's a green light that's misfiring. And if you slide along the actual evidence of these 2 games, the needle keeps drifting away from Brunson and toward Towns. Early, on name recognition, you start near the middle, but every honest input, the shooting, the rebounding, the plus-minus, the eye test, nudges it further to Towns' side. Through 2 games, this is where the Finals MVP conversation actually sits. And the plus minus is the dagger. In the 2 games, Towns is a plus 25. Brunson is a minus 4, including a minus 10 in game 2, the game New York won by a single point. Think about that. The Knicks won by 1, and their franchise guard was the player on the floor when the lead was bleeding. The team is winning around him, not because of him. Game 2 is the perfect example. New York wins 105-104, and the story of that night isn't Brunson going 7 of 25. It's the bench, it's Mitchell Robinson, it's Towns controlling the glass at both ends. A 1-point finals win where your superstar shoots 28% is the exact opposite of a finals MVP performance. So here's the disqualifier in one picture. This is Brunson's finals true shooting. Against the bar, a primary scorer basically has to clear to win this award. Recent finals MVPs live up around the high 50s. Brunson is parked at 42, miles below the line. You don't win finals MVP from down here while shooting this volume. You just don't. And history backs this up. Look at who's actually won this thing recently. LeBron in 2020, Giannis in 2021, Curry in 2022, Jokic in 2023, Jalen Brown in 2024. Every one of them was the best, most efficient two-way force on the champion, not the highest volume chucker, the most valuable player. That's the bar Brunson would have to climb over Towns to reach. Quick interruption, because now comes the part honesty requires. Hit subscribe if you're enjoying this. I'm not gonna beg, but I am gonna ask. So hit it, and I'll wait. Now the honest case for Brunson, because it exists. Here's the steel man. Brunson is the engine of the offense. He's the one drawing the defense, creating the gravity that gets Towns those clean looks and the bench those open threes. Maybe the efficiency is just 2 cold shooting nights from a career 40% shooter, and maybe he detonates for 40 in game 3 and flips this entire conversation. 2 games is a small sample, and a closer can rewrite his series in a single night. All of that is fair. But that's the point. To win finals MVP, Brunson would have to climb out of this hole and pass a teammate who is already playing like the best player in the series. He doesn't just need to be good, he needs to be more valuable than a guy posting double-doubles on 66% true shooting with a plus 25. Possible? Sure. Likely the way this has gone? No. And that's the real reason. So I'll leave it with you. If the Knicks win this title, who's hoisting the finals MVP trophy? The captain with the big point total, or the big man quietly outplaying him? I think the numbers already told us, and his name is Karl Anthony Towns. Tell me where you land down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. We're in a race to 1,000 subscribers, so please join the family.